Hi everybody, welcome to 5 Minute Ministries. Today we're on the 5th commandment, honor your mother and father. Now the rest of the commandment is so you may have long life in the land which the Lord gives you. Now, as the joke goes, you'll have long life because if you honor your mother and father, they won't kill you. But we're not going to talk about that part. We're going to talk about honoring your mother and father. Now, I know parents can be a sore spot for some people, and I'll get to you in a few minutes, but I want to talk about what it means to honor your mother and father. Now, I'm only going to give you a few suggestions. There are way more, but here's some things you can do if you want to honor your parents. First thing you do is obey them. For as long as you live in their house, you obey their rules. You do what they say. You don't give them snide remarks. You don't give them attitude. You don't roll your eyes. You say, yes, Dad, yes, Mom, and you get the thing done. They give you a curfew, you show up when you're supposed to. Now, what if I'm an adult? Well, then you still have to obey the rules of the house. They can't exactly tell you when to come and go, but if they ask you to be in a certain time, you should honor them and do that. You should do the things that they ask you to do. Obedience is a great way to show respect and honor to your parents. Another thing you can do is seek their wisdom and opinions. Now, it really does a parent's heart good when the child trusts the parent in the everyday things of life and the big events of life, things like buying a car, buying a house. What do you think of this person I'm dating, Dad, Mom? You think I should marry this person? When you ask those opinions, you are showing them honor, that what they have to say and what they think means something to you. And it honors them and it's important to them. Another great way to honor them is not to badmouth them to your friends or to your other family members, or especially on social media. You don't want to do those things. When you start badmouthing people, you're dishonoring them. Now, there is nothing before or after that commandment that gives any stipulations to honoring your parents. So you may ask the question, what if my parents aren't everything they should be? What if they were abusive? What if they were neglectful? What if they played favorites? What if they ignored me completely? What about those things? Well, you don't have to necessarily live with that, but there are still ways you can honor a parent that does not deserve to be honored, because quite frankly, none of us deserve to be honored. We're all jerks in some way to somebody, one way or another. So we don't deserve it, but the Bible says to honor them anyway. Well, what are some of the things you can do to honor an unhonorable parent? Well, there's an old cliche, and it still holds true. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Now, if you need to talk to somebody and work through the issues, you can talk to a close friend or a therapist, but only them. You don't go to every single person and tell everybody how awful your parents are. If someone says, hey, tell me about your parents, you can say, look, they weren't what they should be. They weren't the great parents. I had issues with them and I'd rather not talk about it. So you can honor them by not bad-mouthing them either. Another way you can honor the unhonorable parent is to forgive them. I know that's a very difficult thing, and the issues are going to crop up. There's still going to be bitterness that tries to creep in. The devil loves to play on those things, and the thing is not to let him use it. You forgive the parents, whether to their face or without them knowing, even if they never asked for it. Say, I need to forgive them so I can move on. Another way you honor the unhonorable parent is to be the parent you wish they were. To give love and support to your children, to listen to them, to properly discipline them. When you do those things, you are honoring that parent. Because the parent will see what you have become and say, wow, out of all the things that I've done, my child is still a decent human being. And you don't do this to shame them, but it may bring shame on them, and they may want to get to the place where they want to reconcile. And that would be very, very important. And if you can get back together with your parents, if it won't erase the hurt necessarily, but it will help ease the tension and ease the wounds when you forgive them and you live like they should have lived. Honoring your parents is a very important thing, because ultimately we have a Father in heaven who is deserving of all honor. And he wants even Jesus honored his parents. He had every right to be at the temple. There's a story when he was 12, that he was at the temple teaching the old men about God. And they say he's not old enough to know. Well, Mary and Joseph went back looking for him. Jesus, why are you still here? And he says, well, I have to be about my Father's business. But he honored his parents, submitted to them, and went home with them. Because even though he had a right to be at the temple, he still honored his parents, and we should follow his example. Well, next time we're going to be in commandment number 4. We are winding down in the 10 Commandments, and I'll see you next time.